Hello folks, Dustin Zarni here. Welcome to Commissioner Carr. Today is Tuesday, October 5th, and I'm back. I've been in Florida. I traveled down there Thursday and Friday, was down there Saturday and Sunday, and drove back. And I just got back about a couple hours ago, and that's a little bit more casual attire. Not that I'm always so fancy for y'all here on the video, but it's been a day. It's been an interesting day to be driving and trying to follow everything that's been happening here in Syracuse with the Redistricting Commission for Onondaga County and also the budget for Onondaga County. All of this stuff was happening while I was traveling home. But before I get to that, I wanted to dedicate this Commissioner Carr to registration. So I'm going to do that. This is registration week. On Friday is the registration deadline for Onondaga County and for New York State to be registered to vote for this year's elections. And that is Friday, October 8th. You can do it by midnight at mydmv.org or really by 11:59 p.m. And it's got to be done by that time period. Or you can do it in our office. We'll be open till 5 p.m. on Friday, October 8th. Or you can do it by mail, and it's got to be postmarked by Friday, October 8th. And you can go to onvote.net and go to the registration tab and get links to all of that information. The online is only if you have a MyDMV account. Plenty of time to get that set up if you have a driver's license or non-photo ID or non-driver's ID through the Department of Motor Vehicles in New York State. You can get that done. If you want to change your address, you have actually till October 13th. If you want to change your party, you actually have until February 14th. But I suggest getting that all done now. Get it in the book so it's ready to go so you can vote this November. It has to be done by Friday. It is a hard deadline. There is no same-day registration in New York, although you'll be voting on that. But you could change your address by doing an affidavit ballot. However, if you want to vote on the machines and have your vote counted on election night, and you've moved since you last voted, or you want to change your party, or you haven't registered at all, Friday is the deadline. And if you want to check your registration to see what your registration looks like, go to onvote.net, and you can type in your information right at the top banner, and it will give you what your voter registration status is as of this moment. It's a live daily download, so check that out. So that's registration, and that's this week. And if this week wasn't big enough, two other big things happened today concerning elections. First, the Onondaga County Redistricting Commission had a surprise vote to start in panel, and we'll be starting our work next week, which is ridiculous. What happened here was the Onondaga County GOP legislators decided to put in a last-minute resolution that started the Redistricting Commission, and I've been playing about it in the media. I'm going to be playing about it with you here. There's only one reason to do this. The only reason to do this now, since we've had 6 months to get this going, is to do it because they want to get it done before January 1st. Well, why before January 1st? Well, legally, they don't even have to get it done until February of 2023. So what's the rush? Why do they want to get these maps voted on before January 1st? Well, this year, the elections are on, and the Onondaga County Legislature is up, and there's, as you know, a big flip the ledge movement, and there's a good possibility that at least the Republicans think there's a good possibility that the Democrats are going to take control of the legislature. And one of the reasons they're going to look at taking control is because of votes like this, with these party line votes that have energized the Democratic base here in Onondaga County. And part of this was because of their broken promises back in 2020 to enact an independent citizen redistricting commission. And now they are doing some, they had a resolution they put in September of 2020, but now they're really not following through on that promise, since they called for resumes that but there's been no open call for resumes. They say they have a couple of resumes of people I'm sure that they've already hand selected to be on this commission. We'll see if these people are genuine people from the community that will be ready. They're supposed to submit these now by Friday. Well, what happened here is that there's been no work on the independent or on this redistricting commission. The data dropped 4 weeks ago, and then all of a sudden on Friday or Monday, or depends on who you talk to, this resolution was put into the packets to be voted out of order. Getting a waiver of the rules to vote on this Tuesday, and the vote went down 11-6 to 11 Republicans, 6 Democrats to start work on the panel. And what this means is that starting next week, in addition to running the Board of Elections, I have to work on the redistricting panel. Believe me, I'm happy to do it. I'm going to be working on it, and I'm going to do that job well. But the fact that they're trying to do this in the middle of an election is obvious to everyone. They're trying to get this vote in before January 1st, when the new legislature will take effect. And that way, if the Democrats flip the legislature this November, they won't be able to, they'll be able to pass their partisan maps without any Democratic support. Because if they flip the legislature, the redistricting commission that would go from 4-2 to 3-3, and we would have to have bipartisan maps to go forward for the next 10 years. And the Republicans see this, and they want to put in a map of their own. And in fact, Dave Knapp, the chairman of the legislature, the only person who spoke in favor of it, although all of them voted for it, said in the paper that he doesn't think the maps need to be changed. He thinks they only need to be small changes. But he wants to hear from the public, and we're going to supposedly have 6 public hearings, which we don't know the dates of yet, and there's no ability to publicize this. So, I don't know about you, but to me, if someone is saying that they already know what they want to do with the maps, why would they need public input? It's an interesting question. It's a question I think I might ask. So I'm looking forward to the start of this redistricting commission because I have a lot of questions about why these maps are the way they are, and why we should even think about considering keeping them the way they are, since they divide communities. And just because they've been this way for 10 years, that's the whole point of redistricting. We should change it. And these snake maps and turkeys and crabs and all of this other stuff that they did 10 years ago to stack and crack and get a supermajority on the Onondaga County Legislature, that does not mean that we should keep that. And we should actually hear from the public about what they want, what you want. And so if public meetings become available, I'm going to be telling you about those and keeping you up to date. And the final thing is that Ryan McMahon released his executive budget. I was informed today that our request for more staff for Onondaga County Board of Elections, which is the least staffed per voter in New York State by far, it has been denied by the county executive. Now, it's possible the county legislature will add more people in there. However, in this budget that has $25 million for a sports stadium, $85 million for an aquarium, as I was saying, the Ryan McMahon released his budget today, and the Onondaga County Board of Election, which requested 4 extra personnel to deal with all the increased duties that we have, was denied. This is, unfortunately not something that surprised me. It is something that I will continue to fight for. As you know, as you listeners to this podcast know, and each and just anybody following the stats, the Onondaga County Board of Elections is the least staffed Board of Elections in New York State when it comes to per voter staffing. We're about 1 full-time employee for every 19,000 voters. New York State averages 1 for every 9,000 voters. And other boards continue to add people to their budget because of the added burdens of the staffing that we need for early voting, increased absentee voting, and now next year we'll be counting absentees before Election Day. We need more staff to do all of this. And being the worst staffed board of elections in the state is something that apparently the Onondaga County Legislature is proud of. So it is something that, even in a budget that has all these millions of dollars of giveaways, a couple $100,000 to, and it's not even that much, to make sure that democracy is happening in Onondaga County seems to be a little too far for them. So we got that news today as well. So that's about it. I'm gonna get going. I don't think there's a lot of people asking questions right now because this isn't my normal time, but as you remember, I was driving, and I can't do a live video while driving. I'm not Beto O'Rourke. I can't do that. But what I will tell you is that I did put up a couple of wonky Wednesdays while I was gone, OCL 13 and OCL 14. Zoom with Zarni for Ryan Susser, OCL 11, was posted on Sunday. And on Thursday for Zoom with Zarni with Chanel Benson-Reed for OCL 14. This week, tomorrow, I'll do a wonky Wednesday on OCL 15. And Thursday, I will do a Zoom with Zarni with Peggy Chase, who's running for re-election in OCL 9. On Friday, I will either do a bonus wonky Wednesday for OCL 16, or it'll come out on Saturday. And on Sunday, I will have Onondaga County Legislative 5 candidate Jana Rogers airing. So stay tuned. I got a lot of stuff coming your way. We're less than 30 days away for the election. A registration date is on Friday, October 8th. And remember, if you need an absentee ballot, you can request one online. You have till October 18th. All of that can be found at onvote.net. All right. Bye-bye.